Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car, today with the long-awaited Porsche Cayenne Coupé. It took the Stuttgart sports car manufacturer quite a while to find an answer on the very successful BMW X7 and the following up Mercedes GLE Coupe. But finally, in the third generation, also the Cayenne goes sleek and sporty. If you want to know what to expect from that vehicle that will have its public debut at the auto show in Shanghai these days and will be on the market shortly after, join me on my first walk around and I'll tell you more about it. For sure, for the coupe, it's all about design, all about these very fast and dynamic roofline that the designers choose. And they already choose it when they started to work on the standard Cayenne in the third generation. That is the reason why it looks really natural, not as awkward and out of proportion as, for example, the Mercedes GLE. No, it's done in a very fine and defined way. The windscreen is a little lower, a bit faster. Roofline is 2 centimeters lower than in the standard model. And for sure, the back is the cutest part of the vehicle. We have a standard spoiler here and we have a standard spoiler down here, giving the car a sharp end and lets it look really nicely if you see it from the back. The Cayenne Coupe will be offered with 2 different roof styles. As a standard, we have the big glass panoramic roof, the biggest in the segment, by the way. If you like it more aggressive, more sporty and more dynamic, you'll opt for the lightweight package. Then you not only get a separate set of 22-inch wheels, no, you also get a carbon fiber roof with 2 bubbles like you know it from the GT and the RS models of the 911, looking a bit more aggressive, a bit more sporty and faster than the standard model. For the driver, the differences to the standard Cayenne are very, very limited. I sit a few millimeters lower and the windscreen is a little bit closer, but that's basically it. All the rest is pretty much in common with the standard Cayenne. That's true for the cluster instrument, for the beautiful infotainment system with the big touchscreen and the sensor buttons on the center console. And that's true for the engines. We have the V6 as the base model with 340 horsepower or the V8 with 550 horsepower at the top. And since Sports Chrono package is standard on the coupe, this vehicle goes from 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds and top speed is 286 kilometers per hour. And Porsche is not going to stick with these 2 engines. They will bring all the engines we know from the standard Cayenne to the Cayenne Coupe as well, meaning we will have a Cayenne GTS Coupé and we will have the plug-in hybrid. For China, it's going to be with a 4-cylinder. For the rest of the world, it's going to be with a 6-cylinder. And at least there are rumors about a Turbo S with a V8 hybrid as well. The rear seat of the Cayenne Coupé is more comfortable than I expected. Since the engineers lowered the bench for about 3 centimeters, it adjusts perfectly to the lower roofline, so I still have enough headroom. Legroom was never a problem in the Cayenne Coupe, and getting in and getting out is easy as well. If you look at the details, you will realize, same as with the roofs, I have 2 different sets of rear benches. I have a 2-seat configuration as I sit in here, and I have a 3-seater that I'm going to show you in a minute. The 2-seat configuration gives you more support on the side, and it has a more traditional look, since they're using the same covers as they did with the first 911. These grey, black and white Pepita garnish is really traditional Porsche. And talking about the equipment, especially for China, very interesting, privacy glass, ambience lighting and air purifier, always as a standard, because as sporty as Porsche might be, comfort is one of the main topics in the Cayenne nowadays. As I told you, Porsche has done 2 different types of Cayenne coupes. The one with the carbon fiber roof and the 2-seater bench is really the sports car amongst the SUVs. This one is more the leisure lifestyle option with the panoramic roof and a really comfortable 3-seater rear bench. Definitely my favorite. It feels even wider than the other car. It is not as clamped, you have a beautiful view and you can drive here for hours and hours without getting bored and without being uncomfortable. It looks slim and sleek, but the Cayenne for sure is still a big vehicle, even as a coupe. And it is a very versatile vehicle. So trunk door opens electrically and goes up until the roof, and trunk space is almost as big as you know it from the standard model. Only 140 liters, so maybe one suitcase less than the standard Cayenne, and still 625 liters to go. Enough to go with a family vacation for more than a weekend. Thanks for joining me on that first walk around of the new Porsche Cayenne Coupé. A car that obviously is worth waiting for. Yes, it took a little while until Porsche found the answer to BMW X6 and Mercedes GLE Coupe. But this car looks pretty, and I'm damn sure it will drive as sporty as hell. Because already the standard Cayenne is one of the most dynamic SUVs you can get. And just because the roofline is different, this car should drive the same. Thank you, Tschüsschen, Seitchen, and bye bye.